All right, gentlemen, we are back. Somebody was asking a question about their schedule's getting full, they are booked up, and they were wondering if it was a wise idea to start subcontracting, booking shows, and basically hiring other DJ companies to perform those shows, since they didn't really want to expand to become a larger multi-system, but they didn't want to lose the potential bookings and such either. So, what are your thoughts when it comes to subcontracting other DJs to perform under your banner? Cubbie, I'm gonna have you start this one. I think you might have worked with things like this more.
Yeah, man, hire them up, train them up, and I know one of the gentleman's concerns was, what if they mess up? What if they mess up my 5.0 wedding at the Knot, or what happens if I get a bad review? Sometimes you're not able to please everybody, and but you're gonna please 90% or 95% of the people if their heart's in it. And, you can find somebody that's reliable, has a reason to work, and is willing to work and do a good job for you. I wouldn't subcontract. I'd hire them. I'd literally put them on staff, and make more money, provide them equipment, and bring them on staff and build your business, build your dream.
So before, you would say you're getting a lot of calls for 2023 dates, and you know that it takes you a little bit longer to find and train someone to be to the level you want. Would you toy around with subcontracting for a little bit for this year with the idea you're going to have someone for next year?
This might sound crazy, but we have a great network here in Iowa, some local DJs that we just refer business back and forth. I'll be like, hey, Dennis, you open? Hey, Derek, you open? Don't ask for anything in return, but you should know what they give it in return. They send me leads right back. Hey, Cubbie, you got to open. Knowing that I'm a multi-op, they're single ops.
Okay.
They send me a lot of leads. So I would never subcontract another DJ company. Be like, oh, by the way, it's going to be my name or nobody's name. But I'll refer them to somebody that I know and trust.
Sure.
And don't ask for a referral fee because they give them back. Now, if you're referring somebody and they don't give them back, maybe not refer that person.
Yeah.
But I recently had a friend of mine who refers quite a bit. He's a single op, refers me quite a bit. He books up very quickly. And I keep trying to get him and his son to go WWE. I'm going to buy him tickets, but he bought them before I could. So, because I can't always refer back to him because he's a single op, right? So I always do something nice for him, get him a gift card to Fleming's, whatever, just to pay him back because he doesn't want money, but I feel like I owe him something. Just a nice night out with you and your wife, or you and a night out with your son to WWE, his son's a big WWE fan, and I'd love to do that for him. So just take care of the good people and get a network with locally, but I wouldn't put a subcontractor out under another DJ company under my name or whatever. Nope.
How about Dan? What's your thoughts on that?
I've never run into the situation. I've had, a lot of times coming in and I've thought about doing that. I thought about, kind of even bringing somebody on as kind of, I guess it would be a subcontracted piece, but just kind of that, under the table type of thing. The Cubbie brought it up to the point, like, worrying about screwing it up. That's kind of where I'm at. And not even necessarily screwing it up, but like something would happen and like they wouldn't be able to go and I'm someplace else and can't handle the situation. Like that is my nightmare beyond anything. Like I had something similar almost happen with a photo booth, and that wasn't even like to the level of a DJ going out. So I won't. I'm like Cubbie, I will send them, and because I got groups that will send them back to me. And for me, I'd rather have that than, if you subcontract, I don't know what some people take, but you take what, 10, 20% in that situation, maybe do more. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm going to make more with doing the referral thing because of, building business than I am just for that one event subcontracting, especially in a last minute situation. But if you find that that's happening a lot, as Cubbie says, get that crew with you so that you can hire and then it's not subcontracting. You've trained them and they are your employee. Kind of plan long term if you start seeing that happen. In the meantime, just start referring.
Now, to be on the other side of it is that there's times when you are running a DJ business as a single op and you want to expand, but you don't want to be paying employees. There is a way to use subcontractors to, in essence, perceive to be bigger and to be able to do things like that. where I would book for my two friends' DJ businesses, and then in turn they would book for me, and we technically would be considered subcontractors at that point. Whereas I would be booking a show for Dan, and Dan would go do the show, and he may do it under my banner or his banner, it doesn't matter. But basically, I booked the show, and then I would be doing a pass-through type of thing. The only way it really works as a Dan being a subcontractor in that situation with me is that if basically I can book the show and it's like, Dan, here's the show, do it. That he's using his gear, he's putting together, doing the planning, and he's the one that's basically between he and the client are deciding what's going to happen. And Dan also has to have his own business. He isn't exclusively working and making money off me. If he was only making money, DJ money off working for me, then he's no longer a subcontractor. He's an employee. And then we're back to Cubbie's idea that that's the best route to go. But there is a time where that subcontractor thing may be appealing for some people. Overall, I feel it's a problem just waiting for a moment to bite you in the butt when you're doing that. I think if you're going to want to grow and expand, Cubbie's idea is the best way to go, but then you also need to make sure that you have enough business to keep someone else busy enough. Because if you can't keep them busy enough, why would they continue to sit for 6 months when you're not booking shows for them? There's a lot more stress than just that extra $200 on a June Saturday night that you might make off somebody else's show. So, guys, we got a couple of gear questions. We're going to jump into those, and they're probably going to be just really quick ones, but let's jump to those next.